What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 24 of The Rise of a Nation here with FC Edmonton in the Canadian Premier League. We are back once more, and today we have a double header against Vancouver Whitecaps. It's going to be the Canadian Championship quarter-final, a big game for us taking on MLS opposition. And if I'm not mistaken, this is our first time meeting this side in our history, so uncharted territory. We'll hope to get a good result against them. Since you were last here, of course, it was the first leg of the North American League. We won the first leg 10-0 last episode. Most recently, we beat them 9-1. Yes, it was more of the same, really. Nick Daly with a hat-trick, Mosavat with two, Deshays Karata getting a goal, gave him a rare appearance out on the right wing in right midfield. And, also Saint Duck getting on the score sheet there. The other game we played since we were last here was against Cavalry. You can see it finished 2-0. Nick Daly got us off to an absolute flyer. His goal came in the first 45 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, we looked in complete control. We got a second through Mosavat. Worth noting that in this game, an unusual player, perhaps, out on the left wing for us. It was Bill. And Bill looked pretty good, to be fair, the left winger. He was doing a job for us. Anyway, you can see here, since you were last here, the transfer window has opened. We played those two games, and it's now time for the Vancouver first and second leg. We've been drawn against Olympia in the next round of the competition. I was looking through a few of their players. This guy, Luis Reyes, looks a bit scarily good, doesn't he, for Olympia? Yes, the Honduran outfit, certainly not an easy team to get drawn against. We'll hope that we can get a good little result against them, somewhat against the odds. That will probably be coming next episode. There has been a little bit of transfer market dealings, and it has kind of, set us into a big spiral of panic. Just an interesting signing. We've managed to sign Carducci at the end of his contract from Cavalry. Going to be joining us from our big rivals. I really like the look of this guy as a goalkeeper. Could be a good third choice keeper. Alternatively, we could possibly look at loaning him out and trying to get some money for him, much like we have been this year. And the loans have not stopped happening. You'll notice on the ins, we've got a few players we're kind of looking at. Malik Johnson, we're currently looking at maybe loaning in. And you might be thinking, Jack, why would you be loaning a player to play right midfield for you? I think you know the answer now. It's all dawning on you. We have also looked at Pinto, although he'd take up a foreign player spot. And that is because we have another departure. Yes, actually, probably best to sort by date here. Marcel Ruiz has left us. He's gone on loan to the Mexican Liga MX side, Leon. It's a 2-year loan, a year-and-a-half loan until the end of next season. For £300,000 a week, this loan deal is worth £7 million. I couldn't reject it. I ummed and I ahed. They put in an initial transfer bid of £5 million. I sat there and thought, maybe I could just offer him out on loan for a year and a half, see if they'd do that for slightly more, but less cost up front. And they did it. So he's gone. He's there for the next year and a half. It's a £7 million loan. I mean, I couldn't not take it. As amazing as Ruiz is, that kind of money may never come up again. The other player we loaned out is Vivanco, who is the youngster. You might remember we signed him years ago. He's gone on loan to San Luis in the second division of Mexico. His loan deal is still worth in the region of £1 million, which for a player we initially bought in for £425, I mean, it seems like good business. So yes, with Ruiz moving on, it has opened up a bit of a can of worms in terms of what we do at the right midfield position. We have options, and one of the options might be, and you might think, well, you've got Ruiz, foreign player slot, Karata can play right wing, just bring him in to play right midfield. I love Karata, but 5 crossing and 5 passing, just two big red no-nos that I can't look beyond in a right midfielder, as much as we have been training him to play there. So I have been looking at options, and the option that I think we're looking at is probably Malik Johnson. We have a squad of 22 players registered. We're looking to possibly loan him from Tampa. The monthly fee that we'd have to pay, I think, was something like, you can see here, £3.9 thousand a month. Compared to the hundreds of thousands of pounds we're getting a month for some of our loans, it seems like kind of a good deal. He's Canadian, so it wouldn't take up a foreign player spot. And with our current squad set up, if we just look at the registration, we're at the foreign player limit, but we've only got 22 spots filled up. That is with Karata not registered, but the rest of our team is there. You might have noticed a new signing on the transfers in. A free transfer, well actually two. The first is Sasso, not so interesting, just a Canadian player, was released by the Atlanta Academy, we've picked him up. But this guy, Nicolas Acevedo, I'm going to call him Acevedo, not how you say his name because he's Uruguayan. Look how good this guy is. He's taken up Ruiz's foreign player spot, and I feel like he absolutely had to. 23 years old, released from Liverpool over in Uruguay. Had 2 very good years, and then his most recent season he struggled. £1.1 thousand a week, 4.5-year deal signed. He looks so blooming good. Well-rounded, model professional personality, and well, you might imagine off the back of that, we've already set up a mentoring group around him. Between him and Mora, 2 players with professional personality, I'm hoping we're going to have a new generation of professional youngsters in our ranks. But that's kind of what's happened since we're here. It's only been a week and a half, but it's been a little bit mad with the Ruiz deal and trying to find a solution to the right midfielder problem. If we actually look at our priorities for assignments here, there is just so many random right midfielders I'm scouting from all over the place as longer term solutions, but I think I've settled on Johnson as the short term one. But yes, lots of players being scouted. A few who were recommended highly, some who weren't so highly recommended, but yeah, it's been a bit of a mad time of trying to find players. We did actually look at Tabla, getting him on loan. His contract expired at the end of the year, and I was hoping maybe we could get him away from Barcelona, but unfortunately Bilbao pipped us to his signing. I think the £8,000 might have been a stumbling block there. But yeah, the right midfielder position still in a little bit of flux. I feel like we've got a solution. It does mean with Ruiz out for today's game in the first leg against Vancouver, at least we are going to have to start with Edwini Bonsu out on the right. This is the team we are going to be playing for today's game. So we're going with Hamilton and Daly up front. Hamilton has just been in fantastic form. Obviously, Canadian player understands the significance of this fixture and the fact we do want to try and dethrone MLS sides in this competition. Out on the left, we have Leon. Right wing, of course, Edwini Bonsu. In the middle, we go with Marshall and Mora. Acevedo is going to get a debut in the centre defensive mid position. You can see he's more naturally a deep line playmaker, but as a ball-winning midfielder, he's still pretty blooming good, especially on support, just because he is reasonably good with his passing. If only his concentration and strength were a little bit better, he'd be perfect then. He's pretty close to perfect anyway with his personality. But yes, a debut for him today. And then at the back, with it not being a league game, foreign player spots aren't so much of a problem. So it's going to be ABZ on the left, Fraser in the middle, and then out on the right, it's going to be Oyamada, who has kind of made right centre-back just his own position this year, and he's done pretty well there so far. You can see a 7.41 average rating in the league. For today's game, do I want to go with Connor James or Williams in goal? You know what? I'm feeling in a Williams mood. We'll give him the nod and see how he gets on. This is the first leg. Karata isn't registered. I guess we use the league registration. So sorry, Karata, you can't actually play. We'll put Wim on the bench. And yeah, this is the team we're going to go with. You can see Lovitz is out injured. Kay is also out injured with pulled ankle ligaments. So there has had to be a bit of a juggle around there. It means that Leon is going to start for us out on the left. And then on the bench, Adam Bill, who you might have noticed in a few of the highlights playing, he is going to be on the bench for us. He has actually learned left mid very, very quickly. Like, I'm surprised how quickly he's learned it. You can see here, he's got good versatility. So that is helping him learn that position quicker. I'm really excited to see if he'll be natural at left midfielder by the end of the year. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Acevedo, what number do I want to give you? You were born in 1999. Do I really give him 99? Do I? Is Gretzky's number? There's big pressure on him if he takes this number. He's getting it. He's getting number 99. If you don't know who Wayne Gretzky is, he is a player in ice hockey, kind of set the standard, I guess. I want to say during the 70s, but I'm now panicking thinking it might have been the 80s. I think it was the 70s. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's widely regarded as one of the best ice hockey players ever. He played for the Edmonton Oilers. So for him to get the number 99, Acevedo, he's going to have to be absolutely superb for us. Anyway, let's see how we get on in today's game. It's going to be tricky against Vancouver here, but I want to play our normal system from the off and see how we get on. I want to try and go toe-to-toe for them. or toe-to-toe with them, rather. It's not going to be easy. I'm hoping we can have a fair share of possession. And it's a chance for us to try and win our first ever game against an MLS side. Of course, last year we did draw against Toronto 2-2 before crumbling in the second leg. So let's try and set that standard again today. And well, Hamilton, he is going to set that standard. It's his 9th goal of the season. Has kind of overtaken Duck in the pecking order, pardon the pun, for the striking position as the advance forward. But with finishing like that, you really can't blame him. Daly passes it to Hamilton, who just has a shot. It's a pop shot at that, and Ayala gets a hand to it, but can't turn it round the post. We are in dreamland. We're going to look to build here, maybe with Williams. He tries to go long to Daly. Edwini Bonsu was involved in the first goal, could be involved again here. Whips it in for Hamilton. Oh my gosh, that was not far wide of the post, that header. I got excited. For a second, I thought it was destined to just nestle in the back of the net. Rayner goes wide now. We've got to keep our wits about us as the ball's whipped back post. Don't commit a foul unnecessarily. What can we do here? Garcia crosses in. Fraser heads it away. It's not fully cleared here. You can see they've got lots of players on the overlap. And while that is just a man completely free. Williams, though. I don't know if that was a great save or a poor finish by Amon for them. I'll let you guys be the judge. We have a set piece. Marshall whips in. Daly on the volley. Oh, my Lord. Oh my Lord, the technique on that is unbelievable. Alex Marshall whips the ball in. Nick Daly on his left foot. Oh, this isn't the keeper has no chance. It's hit the back of the net before the keeper's leapt for his dive. Acevedo has bruised his ankle. It's not the debut to remember. We'll bring in Solomon for him. There's no point in risking an injury. He's still, building up some match fitness. Could be a big day now for Solomon to, well, hopefully perform well. You can see Acevedo, he got a 6.9 before he came off. It could have been worse. We're looking for a third, maybe. Oh my God, that looked like a red card. And I think it's going to be Rakovsky or Razatkovsky. We'll go with that. That sounded better. He's been sent off. They're in trouble. We need to deliver the killer blow here, the knockout punch. Really. They're down a man. They're going to be in trouble here. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. The good news is, you might have noticed when they changed their formation, they've changed their formation to be a 4-3-2 without wide midfielders, which will hopefully help us deal with their overlap, which was causing us some problems due to our absence of fullbacks. I feel like we match up quite nicely against what they're playing versus us now. Famous last words perhaps as they have a set piece. Mora though, heads it clear. Fraser, can we hit them on the break? Leon lumps the ball forward. Daly is through. He has pace. Can he finish it? Of course he can. Why am I even questioning it? Leon gets the assist. Daly cartwheels away. What an incredible pass from the left midfielder there. That was nutty. He just pings it. It's a pinger. I mean, what is that like? That's a long... That's probably about a 50, 60 yard pass. Inch perfect. Daly tucks it away for his 13th of the season. I mean, we could be about to claim our first MLS scalp. I don't want to get too carried away because this is a game over 2 legs. But right now things are looking pretty good for us. Moore has not played superbly at centre mid, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring in Deshays for him. Besides that, though, I don't really feel a need to make any tactical or just adjustments in general that we don't need to. We're looking really, really good. 15 minutes left. I'm going to demand more. I want that 4th goal. The 4th goal that Barcelona couldn't find against Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final. Leon, Marshall, nods it back down for Leon. He whips it in. Daly can kind of get there just to keep it alive. Edwini Bonsu now with it to Deshays, who's off from the bench. Now with Daly. Across to Deshays. Might be able to turn his man. Dispossessed. Oyamada, though. What is the Japanese international going to do with it here? Cool, calm and collected ball down the line to Edwini Bonsu. Dinks in Daly, who's on for the hat-trick. Tight angle. Plays it to Hamilton, who tucks it home. Oh my Lord. This is not what I expected. It's 4-0. Nick Daly with 2. Hamilton with 2. We're in dreamland. I'm going to take off Leon and I'm going to bring in Bill with our last change. Just give Bill some game time out on the left wing. That's both of our strikers who have started today's game into double figures for the season. Of course, Nick Daly largely helped out from the games against the Belize side that we did annihilate, and I think he got 7 goals against. But If it gives him the confidence to perform in games like this and score goals like he has done so far today, I'm okay with that. It's young winger for young winger out on the left. Not a great deal of time for Bill to make his stamp on this game. And actually, you can see here the time is just fizzling away. 4-0 it's going to finish. That is a monumental upset. It's only half the job done because we've still got a second leg. Away goals are a factor. So if we get one goal, they're in trouble. They are going to be panicking. That is a massive, massive result for us. Who needs Ruiz? Who needs him? Shandell Senior, how have you done on loan so far? You're still improving, which is great. He's just playing lots of football, which is kind of what we want. He's actually improved a fair bit. I'm very happy about that. Please continue. It's very, very kind for Halifax to help us out like that. Daly, 2 goals, 2 assists. You were superb. My captain, my hero, our leader. Shall we get into the second leg? It's going to be in... a week and a half's time. We've got Forge and York in the meantime. You don't care about those. We'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. Okay, folks, we're back here for the second leg against Vancouver. Obviously, an amazing result last time out. 4-0. It just sets us up to fail spectacularly. Let's hope it doesn't happen quite like that. Since we last here, just a few little bits of housekeeping. We did end up signing a right midfielder. Malik Johnson has joined us. He's not very good. I thought he was better than he is. Right midfield might be a position that we have some issues with this year, but it's a position I'm sure we can address. We've got options there. We've got Chung, we've got Edwini Bonsu, and we've now got Malik Johnson too. I'm hoping between the 3 of them they can kind of get their crap together, but yeah, we'll kind of have to, I guess, pay attention to that position as an area to address going forward. I mean, you can see here the options. Karata would be the no-brainer, but he does take up a foreign player spot, and it's just that 5 crossing and 5 passing that just hurts to look at, that I can't quite get beyond. Let's change his focus to passing. We've done a bit of strength training, which has got his jumping reach to a grand total of 2. It's probably time to update that and maybe put it on passing. But he's been doing okay in training, so we'll praise him. The other bit of news is that ABC has signed a new contract at the club. It is for a 4.5-year deal, so tying down a player really has been standout. And you'll notice here, his jumping reach has this jumping reach gone up? It has gone up. Look at that. That is growth. He was yo-yoing around the 12 mark, and now he's breaking free. He's got to 13.6. Man, he's going to be so good for us for years. I'm really excited by him as just a prospect at the back. 20 determination. Just perfect, really. A great tutor. But yes, there has been 2 matches since we were last here, so let's quickly look at those. The first was against Forge, a 2-2 draw. A game that we did take the lead in. Deshays with the goal. A really sweet strike, I should say, on the volley. Ball kind of fell kindly to him and he dispatched it away. A fantastic free kick by Aubrey, however, got them back into the game in the 41st minute. We replied at an ideal opportunity. The duck, he came home to roost. Did ducks roost? I don't know. Either way, we got a goal before half-time to make it 2-1, but alas, it was not enough. In the 90th minute, Aubrey came good again for them and he banged one home, and the young Frenchman on loan from Cannes has been causing us all kinds of problems. He has 17 finishing, as you can see here. He looks pretty blooming good, doesn't he? They've got him on loan for the year. He's been a bit of a key player for Forge FC, a team who, well, they beat us to start the year and our only defeat so far in the league. And a draw there was less than ideal. The game following this was a good little result, a 3-1 win against York 9. Great to bounce back. The standout performer was Adam Bill, the young left midfielder. He got a goal in the 4th minute and he did also get an assist in this game. This was a fairly convincing performance. We went 3 goals up before half-time. We kind of took our foot off the gas just a little bit. Besides Bill's goal, you can see St. Duck picked up another goal. Nick Daly adding another to his total for the year, which currently sits at 14 goals, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, things are just looking good here. A good result against York 9, a team who have been doing fairly well. Just so you can see the Canadian Premier League and exactly how things are looking. In this current split, we are top of the dog pile with a game in hand on a few of the teams around us, but Valor also got a game in hand on us and only sit 1 point behind us. Of course, if we were to win the league, it would go to overall table, where Halifax currently sit in 2nd, some way off us, it has to be said. And so far this split, They only have one win in their opening three, so for Halifax things aren't looking potentially so great. There hasn't been much in the way of transfer dealings going on over the summer. You can see here a few players going out, but besides that, not a great deal to speak of yet. It's been relatively quiet. I guess Edgar Ayala, the big notable transfer to York 9, he actually looks like not a bad little player at all. He's a bit like the Duck in some ways. We'll have to keep an eye out for him. He could be a problem for us. But yeah, things are going pretty well, it would be fair to say. And well, hopefully they're going to continue to go just swimmingly. We were taking on Vancouver here. It's the second leg. In terms of the team we're going to go with, it's not too unusual. We're going to go with Connor James in goal, ABZ, Fraser and Oyamada at the back. Acevedo is going to come in to play that centre defensive mid position. Hopefully he won't get injured today. Also, interesting, he's not got the number 99. Did I not set number 19? It's a disaster. Lovitz is out on the left. He's number 3 for sure. Marshall, number 98, of course. I don't know why I'm listing all the numbers now. Mora to his right. Johnson, live com debut. Inexpensive loaning. Let's see what he can do. He's quite a versatile player, which is useful. And then up top, we are going to go with Nick Daly and Hamilton, despite Duck coming in and getting some goals in the league as of late. Given how these two performed alongside each other last game, it would feel wrong not to play them today. So anyway, let's get into this. 4-0 up after the first leg. An away goal could prove crucial. They've got a few regens playing for us. Okay, he's very good. Norese. They signed him for not a lot of money from a team in the Argentine second division. He looks nutty. And also Deniston, who doesn't look quite as nutty, but yeah, reason to be scared. Turner at the back for them doesn't look very good, does he? Maybe he's a player we can expose. Let's see how we get into this. Let's not allow complacency to get into this game. The players love that team talk. Hopefully we can get an early goal, which would really set us on our way. Of course, just as a reminder, 4-0 up after the first leg. Vancouver at home for this game. I'm expecting a very different beast today. But because we didn't concede away from home, just a single goal for us would leave them needing 6. And while this could be the nightmare start, Belandi with the goal. It's his 11th of the year. Another Argentine player. He looks pretty good, doesn't he? He scores with their first clear-cut chance of the game. It's just a singular lumped ball straight down the middle that just kind of carves open our whole team. Who is that at the back? Who do I need to throw under the bus? I think it's Fraser. I know it's Fraser. I don't know why I'm trying to click on him. Fraser. There we go. 10th time's the charm when it comes to trying to click on him. But yes, not the start we needed here. Hopefully we will and can bounce back. Of course, we can lose 3-0 and still go through, so I'm not going to get too concerned about one goal being conceded, but a second soon after would be, well, problems perhaps. We have got the ball here ourselves though. Marshall and ABZ with a little bit of interplay. Now we Lovitz coming back from injury. We've got to keep an eye on him. He was out with a broken toe if I'm not mistaken. But Hamilton with it here. Back to Marshall. Looking for Daly potentially. Oh my gosh, that was an incredible effort. Didn't hit the woodwork, but so narrowly over the crossbar by Marshall. Perhaps that's a sighter for him. And while we've got the ball again here, Mora to Daly. Turns his man, tucks it away. What a goal that is, my friend. The number 9, our captain, 15th of the year for him. Mora with the assist. Mora has been just a little bit quiet this year compared to last, where for me personally, he was my player of the year. But Nick Daly here, back to goal, just turns and just gets a shot out from nowhere. Keeper caught flat-footed. We're in dreamland right now. ABZ to Lovitz. Now with Marshall. I mean, I want us to play without fear. I want us to go out here and play with courage. Marshall beats his man, lays it off to Daly, gets tackled, but falls to Hamilton, shot blocked. Mora, have a go. You can score from here. He lays it to Marshall. Now with Acevedo, back to Marshall who hits it. It hits the woodwork. Daly's there. He hits it straight at the keeper and the third shot goes wide. Actually a massive defensive challenge then by Vancouver. Despite not having a clear-cut chance or half chance, I feel like we've been the better team so far, just from the highlights we've seen. How have we not gone ahead in this game? Daly should have scored the rebound there. They're now on the attack. Deniston whips it in all the way through to Amon. His second goal of the year, and it was just something that between Fraser and ABZ, one of them has to deal with it. ABZ, you've been learning to jump lately. He didn't jump for that one. Just caught a little bit narrow. A little bit out defensively. Ball whipped in. No one really commits to it. And Amon's just left free at the back post for a simple as-you-like finish. Gonna shout and demand more from the players. No one reacted to it. In fact, ABZ feels pressured. Let's relieve some of that pressure, shall we? Shall we? Oh my gosh, it's been tipped onto the crossbar. That could have, should have, and on another day would have been a goal. What a stop that was by their keeper, Di Bottoli. I hope I did that name justice. I mean, it's 2-1 here. We're still in a very good position. You'd have to say we've had 70% of the ball away from home against MLS opposition. In the other games going on here, you can see Montreal are beating Woodbridge Strikers. They caused a bit of an upset to get this far. They represent League One Ontario, the league below ourselves. And you can see at the moment the Fury currently 2-1 up against Halifax. So not looking good for Halifax right there. Gotta tell the players I'm far from pleased. Let's step this up in the second half if we may. The way that the cup's drawn, we might be laid the gauntlet where in order to win this competition we have to beat every single MLS side. The kind of draw would be to get Ottawa Fury or Halifax, whoever wins that game. That would be ideal, but I can't see a world in which that's going to happen. Risky play around the back. It falls to Hamilton. He's got to bang this in. He doesn't. He kicks it straight at the keeper, who manages to just about claw it wide. Maybe a corner here for us to make the most of it. That was a golden opportunity. Back post to Daly. The cross over hit and dealt with by Vancouver, who, at least for now, maintain their 2-1 league here. Or league here? Lead here even. Jack, can you English? Apparently not. I think I'm losing my mind, folks. Denniston with it. I mean, we're applying pressure. Where is he going? Going back to the keeper. Not the kindest of back passes, but Bottoli deals with it. Lumps it forward now. Flicked on, unfortunately Daly can't quite get there. They know that they need goals, and while Amon, he's free. He whips it to the back post. Can we deal with it? We cannot. Franco Nares, the player we were already wary of, gets the goal. He does look incredible, the Argentine, and while Amon put it on a plate at the back post, Denniston wins a big header, and then the finish. Could Connor James have done better at his near post? Answers on a postcard. Despite dominating this game in terms of shots and possession, they have had more clear-cut chances, Vancouver, and look more deadly. Mora, can you score this? Can you alleviate the pressure? Of course he can. I tell him that he's not been my player of the year this year. He's not lived up to the expectations at last, and he pops up with that. Alex Marshall with the assist, but let's be honest, that is all on the number 14. It's all about Mora. Gets it, 2 touches, dispatches the shot, keeper caught flat-footed. It's 6-3 on aggregate. I mean, it seems like on matches done across 2 legs against other Canadian sides, you're guaranteed entertainment when it comes to us. Vancouver Whitecaps, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think they're out of this now. I'm going to do a double change with 2 of our players struggling a little bit with fitness. To be fair, Malik Johnson is also struggling. You know what? We'll give Edwini Bonsu the nod. When he joined FC Edmonton, I'm sure these are the nights that Edwini Bonsu dreamed of. Seeing FC Edmonton dispatch of an MLS side in the Canadian Championship. And convincingly. I mean, we can't speak too soon yet. Rayner to Turner. Crosses it in. Can we deal with this? Back with Rayner now. If they get 1 goal back, it would be a little uncomfortable, although they need 4 goals, which with 5 minutes left, it's not impossible, but it's incredibly improbable. I guess is the way we'll view things here. We're applying pressure high up the pitch, forced to go all the way back to Bottoli again. They have looked quite keen to try and build from the back here, and while having done a lot of passing, they just lump the ball forward. Narase hits the post. Oh my gosh, Oyamada, you are more composed than me. I'm not sure if Connor James really wanted that there, but he managed to hoof it clear. One last shout, just to make sure that we see this game out. I think that is all that is needed, and indeed that is going to be all she wrote, I imagine. 30 seconds left. We are going to go marching on. Still time for 1 goal for either side. But I mean, make no mistake. Make absolutely no mistake. This is a huge scalp for us to pull. Yes, it's finished 3-2 to them in the second leg, but job was done after the first leg, really. A clean sheet, 4 goals. Even scoring 2 goals here is a really good achievement. And we should definitely not sell ourselves short on that. It finishes here 6-3. It's our first scalp against an MLS side. And boys, I am very happy about that. That will hopefully give us some confidence going into our next game. You can see Ottawa Fury made it through, as did Montreal. And in fact, we are going to have Montreal next time out. That is a game scheduled currently for the 30th. Let's have a look at where this all lines up with our fixture schedules. So, next episode we'll do a double first leg. It will be the first leg of the North American League and the first leg of the Canadian Championship semi-final. Man, those two games being 3 days apart is killer. I absolutely have to prioritise the North American League. But I'd still like to beat Montreal as well. That's going to be a bit of a juggling mission. We'll have to see how we get on. Both those games at home going to help our finances immensely. Which are, of course, with the Ruiz loan deal looking even better than ever. We should be comfortably going into the black of our overall balance soon. And, well, hopefully I will see you guys for these upcoming games. Next episode, you're not going to want to miss it. And, well, the next episode after that, it's going to be another huge one as well. Potentially two of the biggest series episodes so far on the horizon. Hopefully I see you guys for them. If you have enjoyed today's video, do drop a like on it. Massive, massive scalp. And, yeah, it is me, Jack. And I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.